Happy Friday morning, everybody. Last night was Thursday, and Ken Schrader made a post and set the world on fire. Schrader says, run fifth here at Tri-City Speedway in Granite City, Illinois. Not good. We'll go again tomorrow, which is tonight. Schrader does something that shocks everybody. He never does this. He posts the results. Well, it shows Michael Long wins, who is our national champion, who's won a lot of races this year. I run second. Of course, some other hot rods run real good, and Kenny Schrader runs good. Schrader runs fifth. But the fans went absolutely batshit crazy because they saw Schrader in fifth, and they saw me in second. The fans are like, oh my God, you let Wallace beat you. Okay, listen, there's a lot to say, but I'm just going to say this. Kenny Schrader is a hero in our parts. Kenny Schrader's right at 70 years old. I'm 61. 9-year difference. Kenny Schrader taught me everything I know about dirt racing. Let's do a little bit of math. My first dirt race ever in my life, okay, was 2005, the Prelude to the Dream. I win the damn thing. Tony Stewart comes to Victory Lane and goes, what was that all about? I'm like, maybe I should have been a dirt racer. Schrader's teaching me how to be a dirt racer. This is 05. I'm in Schrader's toter home. We're best friends. There's a long story. But me and Schrader are like best friends in life. I mean, I got some friends, but Schrader knew me when I was a baby. And Schrader would tease, Herman, don't you understand? They left you at Greenup's truck stop. Your family left you, Herman. I picked you up. Schrader tells the story. Little truth to that, but a little exaggerated. So we don't let the truth get in the way of a good story. I've known Kenny Schrader my whole life. He's one of my very best friends. All right, now that you know that. So Schrader teaches me how to run dirt cars, and he tutors me. And I go on to win 118 dirt races. I've won dirt all over the world. I've won the Prelude to the Dream in 05. Okay, listen, I was born in 63. 63, 73, 83, 93, 03. That's 40 years. Prelude to the Dream was 05. I was 42 years old when I ran my very first dirt race. Now, if there's anything I want to emphasize right now is that I started dirt racing at 42, but really 44. Because I won the Prelude to the Dream at 42 years old, but didn't start racing until a little later on. Say that to yourself. Kenny Wallace started dirt racing at 44 years old. The professionals tell me they come up while we're drinking beer and they're like, Herman, if you would ever started dirt racing like a normal person, you probably won 200-300 dirt races. All right. So Schrader makes that post last night where I run second, he runs fifth. Michael Long, the national champion, wins the race. We got some hot rods in this race, right? Everybody in the top 6 are winners. They win a lot. You know, top 7, top 8 are stacked. So the fans go absolutely apeshit last night. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Kenny Wallace runs second. Schrader runs fifth. All right. This is where I brag on the great Kenny Schrader. Kenny Schrader taught me how to race dirt. He taught me everything I know about dirt racing. I'll never forget it. We go somewhere and he says, Herman, you got to let off as the corner comes up. So I'm like, well, I see these cars all wild and everything. And we're like, well, that's the bird cages. That's the new chassis setups. The cars are doing all this. And hell, I'm in the middle of my NASCAR career, so I'm thinking they're driving them violently. So I start looking at in-car cameras, and they're like barely on the gas. I'm like, well, I'll be a son of a booger. So it was the chassis setups that made these cars look violent. So I learned how to drive them, and I ended up winning 118 dirt races. I won big races at Eldora, the Prelude to the Dream, the Dirt Car Nationals. I go to Volusia. There's 130 cars there, 2012. I win 3 out of 7. I've told this story before. All the trophies are up there at the shop. So I'm an asphalt racer to this day. Like right now to this day. You're not going to catch me getting a dirt car sideways. I'm not going to climb the wall. And I'm 61 years old. All right. Kenny Schrader taught me everything I know about dirt racing. He is a hero in our parts. Actually, I'll drop a video a little bit after this Coffee with Kenny. Kenny Schrader is the ultimate race car driver. He's won USAC Sprint Car Open Wheel Championships. He's the greatest. Everybody in our part, in St. Louis, Kenny Schrader's a hero. They're a little mad at my brother because Rusty left. And he's like, screw St. Louis. Anheuser-Busch did not give me that sponsor. They gave it to Glenn Jarrett, so I don't like St. Louis. Screw St. Louis. Schrader was always like a dirt racer. Schrader never left St. Louis, always had a shop here. And so Bobby Rigo, Canoyer, all our St. Charles people, they worship Schrader. Now, you know, Rusty's just damn good. Rusty's the best out of anybody around here. And I'm sorry. My brother Rusty's the greatest around here. But Schrader is our hero because he runs it all. Still runs the coin. And Kenny Schrader is one of my very best friends in life. He taught me everything I know about dirt racing, taught me how to drive it. He let me mess up. He's got dry humor. There's so many stories to say about me and Schrader and dirt racing. But listen, here's the bottom line. I'm an asphalt racer. I'm not a dirt racer. I've said it before. I'm not going to be banging the cushion. I'm too old. That makes me tired. But I still win. So there's people to this day that critique my driving style. I look at them, I go, I'm 61. I'm 61. And they're like, oh shit, you act so young. So I'm winning dirt races at 61. I'm fast. I qualified 4th overall out of 30. 38 cars last night. 38 cars last night. I finished 4th in overall qualifying. I was 4th in overall qualifying. Won my heat race. 2nd in the feature. Now, you know, Uncle Rusty says, Hermit's sad to say. You got to remind people because they remember what they want. So, me running 2nd and Schrader running 5th, that's just because Kenny Schrader taught me how to run dirt cars. And I'm 61, Schrader's right at 70. Kenny Schrader's our hero. Kenny Schrader taught me how to race dirt cars. But the bottom line is this. I am not a dirt racer. People come up to me this day. You're so smooth. You're just so smooth. I'm like, right. I'm an asphalt racer. I don't run dirt cars. All right? But I've won 118 dirt races. I won, you know, the Prelude to the Dream at Eldora. I've won the dirt car. I got trophies out the ass up there from Eldora. I've won everything at Volusia and everything in between. And I did it because Kenny Schrader taught me everything I know. So when I run 2nd and Schrader runs 5th, that's because I'm 61 and he's 69. And we're just racing. We're just loving life. All right. So this Coffee with Kenny is about this. The reason I'm competitive in dirt racing is Kenny Schrader taught me everything I know. I love Kenny Schrader. And you're going to see him outrun me. You're going to see me outrun him. All right, everybody. Once again, Uncle Rusty. Herman, you got to remind people because they remember what they want to. So that's the story about Schrader and myself. And we play off of each other because we've lived this long life. We do speeches and I'll set him up and he'll tell the punchline. When people, listen, the St. Louis Sports Hall of Fame called me to induct Kenny Schrader. And it was fantastic. Kelly Chase, one of the St. Louis greats hockey players, they said, man, I don't know if we're going to ever top that. Nobody inducted anybody any better in any Hall of Fame than I inducted Kenny Schrader. I did the best because I know Kenny Schrader better than anybody. I inducted Kenny Schrader in the St. Louis Sports Hall of Fame because I knew everything to ask him. I didn't even need notes. I made some notes and I showed them to Schrader. All right, everybody. Kenny Schrader taught me how to run dirt cars. I'm not a dirt racer. I'm not going to bang the cushion. But somehow, I won 118 dirt races, and I've won everywhere at the biggest tracks. Because I'm an asphalt racer. Man, if I would have started when I was like 28,